Hi, everyone. My name is Chetna, and I'm excited to welcome you to our CIO chat series, where I have the unfair luxury of chatting with some amazing CIOs. Before we start chatting, though, I want to talk to you about foresight. You know, that ability to predict what will happen or will be needed in the future. And I have this amazing story on foresight that I have to share. So, Einstein was traveling to Japan to deliver a lecture series when he heard that he'd been awarded the Nobel Prize in physics. So now news of the award spread quickly. To avoid the attention, Einstein sequestered himself in his room at the Imperial Hotel in Tokyo. So one can imagine him, right? Sitting in his room, he starts writing his thoughts and perspectives on the hotel stationery. A bellboy then knocks on the door. Einstein takes the delivery, thanks the kind bellboy, and wants to reward him, but realizes he does not have enough change to tip. So, in lieu of cash, Einstein gives the bellboy 2 sheets of paper on which he was writing. Now, Einstein had foresight. He was aware that his stock in the world was rising. So, he tells the bellboy the notes will be more valuable than any tip. The Japanese bellboy gracefully accepts the tip and leaves. Well, fast forward many decades to just a few years back, those notes were auctioned by the bellboy's nephew. One note went for $250,000, and the second, that contained a single sentence on the theory of happiness, for a staggering $1.5 million. Now, that's foresight, knowing that words scribbled on hotel stationery would be worth a fortune. And our guest today comes with a lot of foresight. I've known him for years, and he's always been forward looking. His constant evolution of perspective and what he has implemented at Accenture has really kept us a step ahead. So, with that, I'm thrilled to introduce Rajendra Prasad, who goes by RP, Accenture's Chief Information and Asset Engineering Officer. RP, welcome.
Chetna, thank you. And thank you for having me in this session. And that story that you just articulated puts a lot of pressure on the speakers. And it's very difficult to kind of match that story. I will try my level best, but I'm honored and humbled for having this discussion with you.
I'm confident you will do amazingly well, RP. So let's actually stick to that notion of being forward looking. Give us your take on where you believe past concepts have served us well, but they now need to be morphed to be more forward looking, especially in the context of today's ever evolving technology landscape.
I think that is an excellent question, right? From the time the computers came into existence to various technologies, be it programming languages, be it the networking, cloud, data analytics, or all the platform business that we have within the world. Today, if you look at all of the technologies, every time there is a technology evolution, human beings are always felt that their jobs will be taken away, they will have no opportunities. But every technology has provided more opportunities for humans to go along with the technology. And even in the current world, when we have automation evolved to AI, to generative AI, where we are today, which is also part of an AI, you can see that human in the loop, driven by the technology, gives and more opportunities to drive where we are. So if you look at from every technology evolution, it is the way I look at it is it provides more opportunity, and how we get ready to drive that is critical.
I love that. I love that. And I agree with you. And you're talking technology right now, RP. I would be remiss if we don't talk about Gen AI, right? You are the CIO and the Chief Asset Engineering Officer of Accenture, and our business is human centric. So, how do you look at the Gen AI and human relationship, not only within Accenture, but also outside?
So, I was, this is my last week's quote. Gen AI is happening now. We all have to figure out how. So it is very critical to identify and adopt new technology like generative AI. And like you said, everyone is talking about generative AI. The most important aspect of generative AI or any technology is if you just apply technology for the sake of technology, it's not going to provide any benefits. It has to be relevant to the life or relevant to the context of the business, relevant to the context of enterprises that we are working with. That is when it can provide a phenomenal growth, both in terms of business growth and driving opportunities to the next level. So generative AI has been proven applicable and it can provide use cases across the fields, right? Everywhere, including, for example, take as an example, if there is a, in my role as a CIO, many clients ask me that if there is a large technology debt within the organization, how can we apply reverse engineering to the application, analyzing the technology, identifying the roadmap, and drawing a generative AI based tech debt elimination? That can be one of the biggest applicability within the technology. I know a lot of people are looking at coding, testing, and traditional software delivery and software engineering methodology, how Gen AI can apply in the industry space. We can apply to banking, to insurance, to any financial sector, to healthcare, to retail, to consumer goods, supply chain. There's been use cases that have been tested across the business lines, across the technology lines, across the tech landscape that can help us to drive generative AI to deliver the benefits.
That makes excellent sense. Now I'm going to jump to my favorite part, get to know our CIO. 5 rapid fire questions for you, RP. The first one is your favorite role over the years.
I've done a lot of roles within Accenture, and I know my previous role, I used to be global automation lead. And when I speak to the clients, as you know, everyone calls me RP, though my name is Rajendra Prasad, and I used to do automation. So it helps me to say I am the RPA. So that's one of my favorite role as I did. Now, I'm applying automation in my role as a CIO, and this is provides a lot of learning opportunities from the mainframe days to generative AI technology days. I love technology, so every role has been phenomenal, and my automation role, I give a little bit of a special on my all the roles that I perform.
And I bet you people will now remember RPA because of RP. All right, second one, the important traits in folks looking to join a technology company like Accenture. What would those traits be?
That is a brilliant question. You said that technology company like Accenture. I strongly believe that when you are in technology field, you have to learn every day. Learning is the core DNA. It is not that everyone knows everything, but how quickly you can learn a new tech. Today, yesterday it was data analytics, AI. Today it is generative AI. Tomorrow it will be something else. So keeping and learning, ahead of as the technologies come, at the time they come, and ability to learn. That's the most important skill that is required to work in a company like us, to drive technology transformations to our clients. Learn technology, ability to learn at speed is the key.
That makes perfect sense. So the third one, your favorite way to give back to society.
This is very important question, right? Like, it. I always feel that whatever you are good at, that is something that you can give to society back. So if you're a very good person as a technologist, you can actually help society. And going back to my previous response, to learn technology. So if you can help people to learn technology from where they are to somewhere they can apply in their lives, make their lives better, that provides, be it job opportunities, be ability to apply in their day-to-day lives and do work better. If they're doing something without technology, by adding technology, if they can, the human can help to drive their work more efficiently. There's a lot we can help society by providing what I call as a technology as a currency to the field.
I actually took notes on that one. The next one, your favorite sport or activity?
I I used to play soccer for a long time when I was in college. I still continue to play once in a while. But I today my most favorite activity is watching movies. I watch a lot of regional language movies that I come. I originally come from India to I moved to US here. There are a lot of movies that are made in regional languages in India. I watch most of the movies.
I just made a note to self, your Christmas gift, Fandango tickets. Got it. Um, Last one, RP, on this round here is innovation or diversity?
Having a diverse teams helps us to drive higher level of innovation. So that is very critical. So it is very important that you build a talented, diverse teams so that it drives innovation, gets different perspectives within the team. So it's diversity that leads innovation.
I learn something new every time I talk with you. So, RP, going to our final question. CIOs have a very complex role. There are numerous vying areas for their attention, right? We're talking cybersecurity, data privacy, as well as data transparency, cloud adoption, and the ROI from it, right? We're talking digital transformation, facilitating business agility, talent retention, employee experience, innovation, cost optimization, and the list is endless. What do you see as the top priority of CIOs, and how do you suggest they address that?
Oh boy, that's a lot of topics that you definitely said, and those are all the most important topics for any IT leader. But let me simplify it to two things, right? When I speak to any CIO or my peer leaders within the field, two things that always comes to discussion. One, a never-ending list of technologies that they have to deal with. How do we optimize them? How do we keep it simple? The second one is cybersecurity, avoiding threat actors from the field. These are the two important aspects. Let me talk about technology, right? If you look at all of the aspects that you said, every and the whole technology landscape that we have to always make sure that we are not worried or afraid of switching off something that is not required. I take a very simple example, right? Most of us have habit of backing up all our emails. And I keep asking many people, when is the last time you went back to 6 months before email and read it again? It's quite rare, but we never delete them just for a simple scare that we may need it again. It's the same philosophy for a IT leader that there are a lot of technologies. They're always worried about taking off something, thinking that it will collapse something. So it is very important to take that what I call as bold decision to optimize your tech debt, turn off the technology that is not required. The second aspect is cybersecurity, and you have to always stay on the top of avoiding threat actors getting into your environment. And in the cybersecurity, most of the any CISO I speak to, they say that keeping basic discipline in everything that we do is as good as 99% of the time you will be able to be safe do it very safely. That is required for your business, and you can continue to upgrade software and all those things, but getting basics right is very important. So optimizing tech landscape, cybersecurity are the top two priorities for me.
That is excellent. And RP, time flies when you're having fun. I actually can't believe we reached the end of our conversation. Always a pleasure talking to you, and really thank you for your amazing insights.
Thank you very much for having me in this session. Thank you very much.
There you have it. While the CIO role is complex with many competing priorities, focus and foresight go a long way. We've heard from RP on how CIOs and technology leaders can navigate through today's landscape. We talked about leveraging Gen AI while keeping humans very much involved, and also the various use cases that come with that. And RP, you shared how appreciating the past, learning from it, while evolving our thinking with a sharp focus on the future is key, and learning every day is important as well. Basically, that foresight that separates the barely surviving from the thriving. And while that foresight, which was relatively intuitive for Einstein, might not turn our scribblings into millions of dollars, it could be a game changer for our CIOs. Thank you for watching and be well.